Hey guys, this is Alfred back with another video. Today I will be discussing some tips and tricks that you can use in your Spiral Abyss 2.5. This is mainly for people who want to 9-star the Abyss for floor 12 and floor 11 specifically, but are struggling. So in this video I will be offering some tips and tricks that you may be able to use in your gameplays when trying to 9-star each of the floors respectively. To begin with, first of all, you gotta look at the Blessing of the Abyssal Moon, which is basically buffing electro charge reaction. This entire Abyss is trying to incentivize people to use electro correctors. Probably because of Yaimiko, you can try to use electro correctors. They really are stronger in this Abyss and it really shows. For those who are unsure, you can look at my previous video, which is a run of me using Yaimiko Taser team, and you can also refer to the Yaimiko Taser team video, which I've uploaded a few days ago, for the guide itself on how to use the team and any variations and iterations for the team itself. For floor 11, first half we have the Abyssal Herald Wicked Torrent and the Abyss Mage. Essentially, just try not to bring its element itself. So in this floor, try not to bring Hydro, try not to bring Cryo, and this pattern repeats for pretty much the whole floor itself on Chamber 2 and Chamber 3, which we will talk about later on. But essentially, just try not to bring Hydro and try not to bring Cryo. So you can bring Electro, you can bring Pyro here, and an Amo Geo. It all works. The best elements are Pyro and Electro itself. For the second half, you have the Bishops and the Whopper Flowers. They aren't immune to their element, but they will take lesser damage from them. Similarly, don't bring Electro, don't bring Cryo. You should be good. Recommended to bring Hydro and Cryo for the rest of the floor itself. For Chamber 2, we have Hydro Spectre, Slimes, and more Slimes and Spectres, as well as the Hydro Abyss Mage. Similarly again, just don't bring Hydro, don't bring Cryo. You shouldn't really have a problem. It also applies for the second half, where there's Abyss Mage, there's Pyro Spectres, Slimes, which are Electro. Don't bring Pyro, don't bring Electro, and you should be 100% fine. I recommend personally Cryo and Hydro. For the last chamber, this is where it all comes down to the don't bring Pyro, don't bring Electro thing for the second half. But anyway, first half we have 2 Refounds, so nothing special. They just basically corrode you through your shield. If you're having some issues there, definitely bring a healer for chamber 1. Bennett's really good, but if you need Bennett for team 2, then it's completely fine. Just use a healer and you should be fine for the first half. For the second half, we have both Abyss Lectors, Pyro and Electro. So as you can see from the first 2 chambers, if you didn't get the message, just don't bring Pyro and don't bring Electro and you're completely fine. Floor 11 is actually really simple compared to previous Abyss where there was that flying Thunderbird thing. This floor 11 is not that hard compared to the previous Abyss. Now for floor 12, the first half you have Rifthounds. Just bring a healer and you should be fine. You can do this without a healer. I think a lot of people try to challenge themselves by not bringing a healer for this Rifthounds. That's completely fine. As long as you don't get hit, you won't get corroded. Once again, just bring a healer and life will be easy for the first half. For the second half, you have the Bishops. One thing to note is if they hit you with their attacks when you have energy built up for your burst, sometimes some of the attacks will drain your energy. So if you're wondering why your rotations and your looping is a little bit weird sometimes, it's because the Bishop hit you. One thing to counter that is by using parries. So something like Yunjin, something like Beidou, they can really parry the attacks and you won't lose energy. Another way is to just freeze them so they don't move, or you can just dodge their attacks. It's completely fine. But they have a few attack patterns and a few attacks they can do which are pretty unique. Just watch out for that. For Chamber 2, the first half is pretty much nothing. It's just a Ruin Grader. These things are really easy. They can literally kill them with any team, no problem. So there isn't really a catch for this one. However, the second half is the Golden Wolf Lord. What I recommend is try to use less than 1 minute to kill these Ruin Graders. Honestly, you can kill them in 40 seconds if you have a really decent team, so that you can have enough time for the Golden Wolf Lord. For this Golden Wolf Lord, when you're building a team for the second half, what I recommend is to bring Geo. You really need Geo. If not, you cannot beat this Wolf Lord, or rather it's really hard to beat this Wolf Lord. What I recommend to bring is something like Zhongli or Ningguang. In that one phase where he puts the 3 Shadow Wolves at the side, you will need to kill it before it hits the wolf. If not, you will pretty much lose a lot of time and you might not be able to 3-star this chamber itself. To kill it, you just have to attack it with Geo. For Ningguang, it's pretty straightforward. You can use your burst, you can use your auto attack. If you're using Zhongli, there is a way to beat it as well. Essentially, when the 3 Shadow Wolves spawn at the side, you're gonna use your burst for the first one, and then use your pillars for the second one and the third one. What you can try to do is try to put the pillar as close as possible to the wolf so that it will actually resonate and it will hit the wolf with Geo. That's pretty much my tip for this Golden Wolf Lord. Once you break the 3 wolves at the side, you have that very big DPS window to beat this boss itself. So make sure you try to save as much of your burst as possible for that phase. Obviously, if you have good energy recharge, then it wouldn't really matter, but that is the best phase to DPS this Golden Wolf, so try to save your burst for that. Alright, so moving on to the last chamber for floor 12. You have Ruin Destroyers and the Ruin Scout. This one is pretty easy. It's similar to the chamber 2, which is the Ruin Grader. It's not even that hard, honestly. You just have to burst it down as fast as you can and you should be fine. For the second half, it's a little tricky because you have the 2 Bishops, which is one slows you and one saps your energy. So you really need to be careful of the one that saps your energy. In my opinion, the slow doesn't really affect you that much. At most, it slows down your movement speed and attack speed and any action speed, but it's completely fine compared to the Bolt Eater, which literally drains your energy. So if there's one to focus at the start, you want to try to beat this Bishop up first. It's really important to note that if you realize for this floor, if you kill one of them, the other one needs to be killed in under 3 seconds or 5 seconds. If not, the first one that you kill will respawn with some HP. So it's very important to divide or to split your DPS. You want to hit both of them at the same time and you want to kill both of them at the same time. So you need to plan accordingly and not just DPS one completely. If not, it's really a waste of time. You don't want this Bishop to respawn. If not, they have extra health which you need to re-kill it. You need to kill it like twice or even 3 times sometimes. It's really not worth it. Make sure that you want to beat both of these Bishops at the same time. They're really tanky, so I think the only thing that's hard for this floor 12 itself or chamber 3 is these things are actually pretty tanky, but if you have decent weapons, you have good teams, good characters, and decent artifacts, I'm sure you will be able to 3-star this chamber itself. So with all my Spiral Beast videos, I would just like to say you don't have to use the same team for each of the chambers. You don't have to use the same team to 9-star the whole floor 12. Honestly, if you're able to do that, it's pretty much just a flex. You don't have to do it. You can use different teams for each chamber, so you can 3-star this, and then the next run, you can take your time with this, farm your bursts, farm everything up, make sure everyone's healthy for the second chamber, and then you can repeat for chamber 3. You don't have to do one full run from chamber 1 to 3. It's literally just a flex. You don't have to do it. You can do it if you want to, but you literally don't have to. Take your time, do not rush. There are many sources out there that have different teams. I will be linking some in the description. This Abyss is much easier than 2.4. It's just a little tanky, so there is a DPS check right there, but other than that, that's pretty much it for floor 12 and the Spiral Beast itself. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, I will be linking my Spiral Beast run in the description if you guys need some ideas and if you want to look at my Yay teaser team in Spiral Beast itself. With that, leave a like if you enjoy this kind of content. It really tells me that I should be doing more tips and tricks video, and of course comment down below what team you want me to do in the Spiral Beast or what teams you want me to do a guide on or a analysis video on. And once again, subscribe if you like content like this that I will be doing in the future itself. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.